He is the UFC middleweight champion who has taken over UFC, certainly in his weight class, since joining it less than 2 years ago. He is Israel Adesanya. Good to see you, sir.
All right.
Thanks for being here.
No, thanks for having me.
You got it. That's a beautiful belt you got there in your lap.
That's work.
That is
hardware.
work.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Sit there in your lap.
It
right
just
there.
looks good on, my skin tone, and it matches everything else. I'm just saying, I'm icy. This isn't really like
you are icy.
This is like the goal for most people, but for me, it's just like I say, another hardware. But beating all the baddest dudes in my era, in my weight class, and out of my weight class, that's the real challenge, and that's the real goal to me.
Well, I mean, has this been what you envisioned?
100%.
100%.
I'm about maybe 10 months ahead of schedule, but I work well. I work fast.
Why'd you do this? Why'd you get into this?
I didn't want to. When I first started watching The Ultimate Fighter in 2005, the first season, I mean, you couldn't pay me to get into a cage with another crazy dude and beat him up or get beat up. I wanted Dana White's job, actually, so I can get to pick who gets to fight. And then
have you told Dana that?
I did, and now I don't want his job. I see how he lives.
I love that.
No, not straight up. He works hard, and he's a stressful dude. I can understand, because having a company like this on your back, having to do what he does,
right?
No thanks.
But so, walk me through. You were in New Zealand when you saw this for the first time, right? How old were you?
I was about maybe 2005, maybe 16.
So you're 16 years old, sitting in New Zealand, and you saw this, and it caught your eye, though? I mean, what?
Yeah, I started watching that beforehand, maybe around 14 through DVDs.
Okay.
But then when I first started watching The Ultimate Fighter, I felt I was already like into fighting, but I was never exactly the toughest guy in the room. And I picked this up just to learn how to defend myself, because I used to get picked on a lot. So over time, I'm big and black. I don't play basketball. I'm from Nigeria. I don't play soccer. New Zealand, I don't play rugby. I just somehow learned, I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at kicking ass. And yeah, here I am.
Well, it's interesting that you just said what you just said. I want to pick up on something. You got picked on? You got bullied?
100%. I had the same size head, but a skinny body, so I looked like a lollipop. So I used to get messed with a lot. Easily. And I just had to learn how to defend myself, so I wasn't going to turn my back on people. I was good at running very fast at some points, but I had to, turn around and fight at some points.
Why? Because, I know you're having a little bit of fun with it, but it is, as you know, as I'm sure, it's a serious subject, know, and I'm
100%.
wondering, and the fact that you've got that belt there right in front of you, and you're icy, to use your phrase right now.
I am always icy.
Do you feel like you're inspirational to kids? I mean, it's tough to say that, but I mean,
people take inspiration from my journey, kudos to them. And I told some kids when I spoke to them at school, I was like, look, because, especially in New Zealand, the suicide rates for the youth is the highest, I think, in the world, pound for pound. And I told those kids, like, just if I could go back to my younger self, I'd just say, keep going. This isn't forever, because a lot of kids think this is it forever. They're going to get picked on.
They don't have the perspective of the miles ahead of what you can make of yourself.
So I say, hey, don't peak in high school. Because trust me, you can peak later on. And I'm not even in my peak yet. I'm still working. It's just a new chapter. So I tell them, don't peak in high school.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download The Rich Eisen Show app.